You know, Freighter's been here, what, 6 months now? In their new building? And when businesses come in and tell us, building big buildings, which is great, it's gonna have an impact on our tax roll, you know, which has an impact on our tax roll. And the minute they open the doors, they turn around and slap us with this and say it's only worth $5 million. So I guess I don't want it, we're just, but why are we believing it when they tell us it's gonna be worth $12 million, when all of a sudden, the minute they open the door, they tell us it's worth $5 million?
Any questions?
When you say freighter, isn't the freighter just across from Walmart, or is it like a collective, all the freighters? Because isn't there one kind of by the fairgrounds, there's a few freighters, I thought.
But yeah, the one in West Bend right across from Walmart, the new facility.
Yeah.
I thought that Freighter was nonprofit, that they pay property taxes.
They pay the property taxes, yes. Yeah, it's not a hospital, it's a medical
I
facility.
thought the whole system was nonprofit rather than that.
Okay, thanks. Is there any other questions on this slide? Okay.
The capital improvement plan poses a challenge. As you know, we have a rather long, extensive list on our 5-year CIP. The council and mayor took action in 2020 to raise that level to $3 million, with $2 million of it dedicated specifically on roads. So my budget goal is to maintain a $3 million 2021 borrowing. 2 million of it again dedicated to roads, and in addition to that 2 million, and it would be in addition to the 3 million, I have that number listed at 2.5 for 7. That number might go down a tiny bit if we're able to, during design, build it for less, and we won't put Max on the spot and ask him exactly what that, but that 2.5 number is what we've been using for budget. So you can share with your constituents that in 2021, 7th Avenue will be reconstructed, and we're really excited about that. Maybe I'll just buzz the room, Mayor, if that's okay, and if there's questions at the end. COVID, this slide has some knowns and unknowns in it as to the level of hotel tax for tourism funding that will be down. We really don't know. Talking to some of our managers in the hotels around here are saying they're as low as 20% occupancy compared to previous years. That's a really scary number. These last few months, there's been a bit of an uptick, they'll say, in June and July, but certainly not to the levels that they were in the past. So the Tourism Commission will look at this carefully, they have a meeting this week, and review what kinds of impacts less hotel tax might mean for the commission and for future funding. Building permit revenues are down in part due to the commercial pause. Quick Trip's well known, not constructing their buildings, so that's building permit revenue for those, for example, that will not be here in 2020. We do have a potential for Milwaukee Tool to be under construction. We're hopeful that they start yet this year and might bounce back some of that building permit revenue. But again, some unknowns and some more definite knowns, like airport funding. We received some taxi funding we've shared in the past. Municipal court fines are definitely down in 2020. Less people moving around and getting into trouble. Routes to Recovery is provides a $522,000 allotment through the federal system funneled through the state that the city of West Bend has an opportunity to recover some funds that we've already expended, is how that program works. The clerk's office area remodel, we're putting in for that reimbursement, in addition to all of the glass that you see in the building, the tempered glass that's been put in. We will seek reimbursement through the Routes to Recovery program. There's overtime, salary, and some PPE materials for staff that have been already requested reimbursement. We're requesting $48,000 through the first opportunity, and just a couple of weeks ago we submitted that reimbursement request. And then the large part of the rest of those funds could come from existing salaries that were dedicated to COVID, and it has to be in an emergency setting. So we're working through that now. Chief Budek Chief Moyler, myself, and Carrie and her team are studying that process to make sure that we dot all the i's properly and cross the t's. But stay tuned on that. We do stand to receive some rather significant reimbursement through the state allotment of the roads, of the federal dollars through the Road Street Recovery Program. CARES Act has provided our fire department some funds for lost revenue that they did not receive. And then in Stephanie's area, in the clerk's department, there's some special funding, $20,000-ish, that's coming to the clerk's department for extra funds that we've spent for the elections. I list the TID as a potential challenge. We do have water and sewer repayments. We've repaid a large chunk, I will say, of those funds that were extended to TID in 2020's budget. And looking forward to 2021, Riverwalk contributions will be big. We anticipate the TID, the donor TID number 6, providing funds to TID number 9 to allow us to build phase 1 of the Riverwalk construction in 2021. And then future years, as the TIDs continue to be strong and do well, we'll hopefully repay the levy funds that were tapped over the years, and then the developer shortfall payments in a couple of our TIDs where developers have been propping up and doing their part to fund the shortfalls. They'll see that reimbursement come through future years of the TID. And then to TID 14, I mentioned that we would talk about the borrowing and why we had a debt increase in 2021. It's partly because of TID 14 and the street and utility construction. The utility construction will start in the next month or so. You'll see some work out in River Road, and then the road potentially later in the year or early next year when we build Forge Place. Next steps, the department heads, budget staff draft the 2021 operating budgets. We work on the 5-year plan. We have another meeting scheduled with the department head team that has capital improvement plan projects. Ellers will be here again. Phil will join us in August to do a TID and debt presentation. Health insurance modifications, again, I already talked about that. Not only will we have Phil here, will be a budget laid-in meeting with the Horton group here as well. And then a 2021 budget presentation with detail, the October 5th meeting, which is about a month before your time to act on it. We'll have another chance in October to review the budget and answer any questions that you might have. And then a quick highlight that Mayor Jenkins' strategic planning process is kicking off in August of 2020. That's all I had. Any other questions for me, generally?